Hey everybody, Chris here. Welcome on a Sunday night. We've got Dogecoin in the news today. That's right. Well, more yesterday. Today it was a little bit of retracement. We'll talk about that, but going to talk about the news around Doge, how it's been trading, what's going on. Also, we'll touch on some other crypto news as well that I think is important. Not what some of the other YouTube channels are showing, but what interests me. So we'll be talking about that. Put your questions in the chat, comments, all of that. Appreciate the support. Also, if you're watching this on the video, on the replay, please give a like, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Always appreciate that support. And next time, join me live, 9 o'clock every night, Boston time, US, East Coast time, except for last night. Last night, I was not on live. I was out with friends watching the University of Miami basketball game. Unfortunately, their season ended with a loss to the UConn men's basketball team. UConn, strong team, will probably win tomorrow night. I give them a good shot of winning, but Miami had a good season, made it to the Final Four. That was a big deal, but that season's over. But oh well. So wasn't here to enjoy this big, huge rise that we had in the price of Dogecoin yesterday. A lot of people were all excited, Dogecoin to the moon, all of that. But if you've been watching me, you know what I say, right? It's like we're still kind of in a bearish market here. This is not bull market. This is not like rocket ships to the moon yet. We're not there yet. So it didn't surprise me when Dogecoin turned around today. Wasn't a surprise at all. But I did predict this run. If you were watching me Friday night, we were over here. Let me drop down the corner here and let's talk. Make the chart a little bigger here. Yeah, right above here. This is where we were on Friday night when we were live. And I was saying, because we had come over this 7.6 cent line, which was my former resistance. Let me go drop back to the hourly here so we can see this a little better. We had come up above this 7.6 line. And we also, if I go out to the 4 hour and I shrink this up, we had this big triangle here, this big triangle that we had broken above as well. So with that, I was predicting that Dogecoin would come back test the 7.6 cent line and this descending resistance line, and then take off to 8 cents. And I said that Friday night, but I thought it would take a little bit longer than this in order to do that. It was just Saturday. It just took off. So still on the 4 hour chart, this is a good looking chart here. Even though we had this retracement back below 8 cents, that's still pretty good. From here, it looks like Doge is probably going to be trading right here between 7.6 and 8 cents. We'll see what Bitcoin does, if Bitcoin is going to continue to kind of drift here. Here's the Bitcoin drifting here between 28,000 and 28,600. It's kind of stuck here in this very shallow range. So be interesting to see how Bitcoin responds come tomorrow once the stock market starts trading. Looking at the futures right now, NASDAQ has slipped a little bit ahead of the first trading of the second quarter. That's right. Tonight we had the end of the month, end of the first quarter, end of the week, all of that. And overall, that was all very positive and good. But we'll see tomorrow. Lots of things in the news on the banks and what's going on, the oil reserves and the oil prices, what's going to happen with that, all of that talk. But we want to talk about crypto here and Doge. And let me come back here to the 30-minute chart, and we can be looking at this big run we had in the price of Dogecoin. And why was that? Well, there was this article. A legitimate cryptocurrency, in quotes, Dogecoin price suddenly soars after Elon Musk hits back at this $258 billion lawsuit. That's right. This is a lawsuit that was filed, I think it was last summer. And there's these 3 individuals who lost money trading Dogecoin. And they're suing Elon Musk for manipulating the price of Dogecoin. Yeah. So late Friday evening, Elon Musk's lawyers called the lawsuit bought by these Dogecoin investors a fanciful work of fiction. And there's nothing unlawful about tweeting words of support for or funny pictures about a legitimate cryptocurrency that continues to hold a market cap of nearly $10 billion. They think that the lawsuit should just be dismissed. This court should put a stop to this plaintiff's fantasy and just dismiss the complaint. That's what Elon Musk's lawyers are saying. But within that, Dogecoin is a legitimate cryptocurrency, and people just took that and ran with it. And so we had the price spiking up to 8.5 cents. But of course, that was immediately followed by the shorters. Yeah, we had shorting happening. Where's my short chart here? That was this one here. And so we had these huge, big short positions that were opened up to short Doge back down. And that's what happened. There was a lot of shorting going on. And Doge always has to face that every time it goes on a quick, big spike. So it got shorted down, but at the same time, Bitcoin was also drifting down. So Doge went down at a bigger percentage than Bitcoin. However, Doge had gone on this big run here, and that big run and its pair with Bitcoin that we've been watching here. So that pair went up to and hit 30. So this yellow line, this 30 line, just touched it right over it, and that's as high as Doge went, and then has settled back down, is now at 28. So 28 is better than 26 that it was over here before this run. So if Doge can make these steps and just start stepping up in its relationship with Bitcoin, that'll be good for Doge. Year to date, Bitcoin has far outperformed Dogecoin. But as I was saying, Dogecoin and other altcoins are going to catch up, some sooner than later. We'll see. But Doge could be one of those that could go on these runs and could regain its position against Bitcoin. So we also have this from the Daily Hodl that not only was it Elon Musk, but also named in that lawsuit was the Dogecoin Foundation. They're also named a defendant, and they're also asking the court to just dismiss this frivolous lawsuit. So we'll see what happens with this. It just one of those things. If you're trading cryptocurrency, you only have yourself to blame, unless, I mean, it's like an FTX thing, right? That there's, that shady business going on behind the scenes like FTX was doing. But Elon and Doge, it's just like ridiculous. And there was this other thing about this, this top wallet that is holding 24% of all of the Dogecoin supply. I mean, if you saw the Coin Bureau April Fool's joke about the U.S. government and the SEC like holding that wallet, it's like, and they were going to like dump all this Dogecoin. It's just like, that guy was having fun with it. And others thinking that Elon Musk owns this, wallet of 32 billion Dogecoin. Pretty ridiculous. I know Guy was having fun on April Fool's Day, and a lot of people were getting a good chuckle out of that. Gary Gensler, the SEC holds 24% of the Dogecoin supply. But no, it's Robinhood. And here is the BitInfo charts, richest Doge wallets, and this wallet is Robinhood. Robinhood owns this 33.5 billion Dogecoin, now worth $2.6 billion. But the Doge that's in this wallet, as I've said before, this isn't Robinhood's Dogecoin. It's yours and mine. You own, if you bought Doge on Robinhood, and you have it still on Robinhood, that's it right there. Your Doge is in this wallet. That's where it's kept. You don't have individual wallets on Robinhood for Dogecoin. Dogecoin has a so-called wallet that is really just used as a gateway to either transfer Doge off of Robinhood or bring Doge into Robinhood, as well as the other cryptos that Robinhood trades. But that's not your wallet. That's just a wallet that is created about moving Dogecoin. Now, Robinhood also has this new independent wallet, but that's really a Polygon wallet, a lot of DeFi projects on there, and you can't hold Dogecoin in that. So, so this is where your Dogecoin is. It's right here. William's asking about Webull's wallet. We don't know which one Webull's is. They haven't said, and nobody sleuthing here on the richest wallets has come up with which one is Webull's. We do have Kraken's on here. We've got the number 64 wallet is Kraken right here, as well as the number 58 wallet is Kraken. Kraken has 2 wallets. So that's been identified. But that's it for exchanges, except for the Binance wallets. It's up here, number 3, that has 6.7 billion Dogecoin in this Binance wallet. And here's another Binance wallet, number 15. Here's another Kraken wallet, number 14. Missed that one. So I don't know which one Webull's is, though. Don't know. But for those interested, and not only does Robinhood have this 33.5 billion, but they have another about 4.5 billion Doge that equals about 38, which is split amongst some other wallets that they use, that they need for using for liquidity and transferring assets, more as a hot wallet, what they call a hot wallet. And this one up here, number 1 wallet here, this is a cold wallet. This is just the reserve of Dogecoin that essentially backs up all of the Dogecoin that we see in our Dogecoin app, on our phones. It's right there. That's where that Doge is. So just wanted to clarify that about Doge, because again, a lot of people are asking again and are confused about somebody could sell all of this Dogecoin. Well, no, because it's held by we don't know how many people on Robinhood own all this Dogecoin. So Robinhood is not dumping 33 billion Dogecoin, 24% of the supply onto the market. They're not doing that. They're making money off of people buying and selling Dogecoin. So they want to keep supporting that and keep people doing that. And I think there was yesterday, there were a lot of people buying and selling Dogecoin. Look at the volume. The volume really picked up. And that's where Robinhood makes their money. The more people are trading, the more money they make. So they love this. They love this kind of price action on Doge. So we'll get into some other crypto news in a minute. We've got Bill saying, go Yukon. Yep, and I think Yukon's going to win tomorrow night. Musty, hello. Sergio, I think Doge might fall down to 6 cents to shake out the paper hands before the run up. There's a lot of bulls still talking for Bitcoin to drop down back to 16K. Some even saying 12K. If that happened, then yes, we would see Doge coming down like something like that. Personally, I don't think we're going to see that big of a dip. I just think there's just too much support now, particularly how Bitcoin has weathered the month of March with all of the negativity about the banking system, together with still high inflation, raising interest rates, and Bitcoin is still at 28,000. So if there was a time for Bitcoin to really be shaken loose and really do a big dip, It would have been in the month of March, and it didn't happen. So 26.6 was the lowest Bitcoin was, and maybe that was your time to buy. I don't know. Will Bitcoin come back down and retest 26.6? Well, maybe it could. If I go out to the 4-hour here, this was that line right there on 22nd of March. We had that dip down. So that was the dip there. Touched it again on the 27th of March, but Bitcoin's still just trading up, and trading very well. So that's what we see. Let me take this. This was a previous line I had. Let me get that back down to this 26.6 mark. There we go. So that was the support. Let me get rid of that one. Kind of clean that up a little bit. So that's what we're looking at for the Bitcoin charts. Game in crypto is a long one, Musty says. I'm not younger than you, Musty. Right now, I'm on this 2-year plan right now to 2025. If you're in this 4-year cycle thing, 2025 next bull run, and I'm taking profits. Right now I'm trading, and I'm looking at profit. So we'll keep that in mind. I'll always hold some Dogecoin, but all the other cryptos I'm talking about right now, I'm trading, and I'm looking for a 2025 bull run and taking profits. Hey, Jack, how you doing? Musty still loves Somatic. Dave says time to party. Bill says thoughts on SHIB. So SHIB, I do have an article all ready for SHIB. SHIB breaks out from triangle. Here's next target. So why did SHIB break out? What's going on with SHIB? Well, SHIB traded up because Dogecoin traded up. We usually see that. Let me go back to the 30-minute chart here. We usually see that when SHIB goes on a run, Doge goes on a little run. When Doge goes on a big run, SHIB usually goes on a little run. That's just how they trade. The meme coins that they are kind of connected in a way through their trading. And so we saw SHIB trade up over 11, but has settled down just like Doge has settled down. Now it's at 1073. Looks like it's still kind of going down. There's some negativity still about SHIB and the Shibarium. The Bone token has really traded down, went on this little run here on Saturday, but really traded back down to $1.07. Some people thinking $1.25 a few weeks ago would have been a great entry point for Bone, and it's now down to $1.07 because this Shibarium is really not going to be open for the public and everything going on there for a while. It could be a few months. So I'm not seeing anything different happening with SHIB trading or taking off on its own in the next month, Bill. I think it's going to be kind of following the market and maybe a little bit below the market percentage-wise. It's kind of the way I'm seeing the month of April. I am in the middle of a swing trade actually with SHIB, and this kind of messed me up. So I'm looking for SHIB to come back down here. This line down here seems to be about 1030. So this about 1030 line right there. That's where I would be looking to enter back in on my swing trade because I sold at about 1080. And so I want to buy in back in at a lower price here, and my target is about 1030. So we'll see. We'll see if we get a dip down that low. Again, Bitcoin and the whole crypto market has had a great 3 months. January very positive. February was pretty even. Some down a little bit more. Bitcoin was even, and then March was up again. So I wouldn't be surprised to see kind of a red monthly candle for April. And I'm going to be buying some more, dollar cost averaging in on a number of different coins, maybe even more Doge if we see a big dip in Doge. But SHIB is in the middle of this swing trade here. So if SHIB all of a sudden took off, I don't have any SHIB right now. So, but I'm looking at a swing trade to buy in again around this range, and then we'll take it from there. So we'll see what happens. And Jack bought more Jasmy today. Yeah, Jasmy was up over half a cent, but has dipped back below that line here. So it had traded up over to about 5,233 and has dipped back down to 4,930 is where it is right now. So yeah, if you caught Jasmy down here at like in the 4.8 range, 4.98 range, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. My Jasmy, I think I'm a little down on my Jasmy actually. What is my Jasmy price? Oh, my Jasmy price my average is 465. 465. So I'm up a little bit on my Jasmy. My Jasmy line is around here at 465. Because Jasmy has been up and down, up and down. We were doing a lot of charting up here, and I was not taking profits up here. I was just holding because I had bought it like somewhere over here. So I'm just riding the Jasmy for a real big gain. I mean, this would have been a good time, right? This is what we were talking about back here in early February. That would have been a great time to take some profits up here in the sevens. But who knew what was going to happen, and we would see this kind of big fallback. But we know Jasmy can get back up there real quickly. So yeah, your 4.8 purchase of Jasmy, probably pretty good. Probably pretty good. Hope you have a longer term bag of SHIB. Nope, I sold it all. When I do a swing trade, sometimes I do it big, and I sold it all. Because again, I'm just looking at these charts in this month, and I'm just like, I think we're going to see a little retracement here in April. So again, this run based off of Dogecoin is kind of worried me here a little bit. Being out of SHIB because I sold it over here. But I don't know. We'll see. It retraced back down. So we'll see. Yep. I sold it all. I did a big swing trade on SHIB. Big swing trade. I don't know. Just the stuff I'm reading just doesn't seem to me to be there's a big run in SHIB coming in the next 2 weeks. In fact, I think it's going to be red. I think we're going to come down here. And I'm going to at 1030 from 1080 to 1030. That's 0.005 retracement. Going to buy it back here, buy it all back up. I'm a trader. That's what I do. So we'll see. And it's like, and we're talking billions of SHIB here. How much did I have? 5 billion. Yeah, sold 5 billion SHIB. Yeah, that's what I did. So anyway, I'm in the middle of the swing trade. We'll see how it goes. I got to make up a little bit for the loss because I had bought SHIB in the 12s and 11s. And so I was down on that SHIB. And when I saw this move back up here, I was like, okay, I'm going to sell. I sold right here at this top, and I'm going to buy back in there. And that is going to be for 5 billion SHIB. That's going to be about $5,000 savings or something like that. So something like that. If it works, we'll see. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm a trader. I mean, I did that with Doge. You guys knew that I did that with Doge because I was talking about that before. This is the 4-hour chart, right? Yeah, I did this big swing trade with Doge. Because I bought back in down here. And so rebuying Dogecoin is now up to, yeah, it's 2 million Dogecoin. So I've got a good stash of Doge. I'm not planning. I mean, could I have sold the Doge up here during this run yesterday? Maybe, but I was in the middle of the sheep swing, and I was like, I'm not going to do a big swing trade with Doge either, because I did that with Doge last month, and saved myself quite a bit. That was a good trade. All right, what else going on in the markets today? There's another lawsuit. Another lawsuit. I don't know why these traders think that they can just sue everyone by losing on their trades. Again, unless it's like a Voyager or a Celsius or FTX, it's an actual exchange that like goes bankrupt and goes under, particularly if they're doing funny things behind the scenes like FTX was, Sam Bankman-Fried, then yeah, you should sue. But this is another one, $1 billion class action lawsuit. The lawsuit alleges that BNB is an unregistered security. Now, Binance is already facing legal troubles because it was sued by the U.S. Commodities Commission. But this is by some people who lost money trading. They're suing Binance, CZ, and 3 crypto influencers, basketball star Jimmy Butler, Graham Stephan, and Ben Armstrong, Bitcoin Crypto, are all included. Anyway, the only one who makes money off of this are the lawyers. The lawyers make the money. They're not going to win. And yeah, that's exactly right, Bill. It's the lawyers. They make the money. I wonder if this law firm actually seeks out people, right, and see who they can get to come on board. Because they're going to make money. This isn't the first time this particular law firm has filed a class action lawsuit against a crypto firm, because they had a similar one against FTX and promoters like Tom Brady, Kevin O'Leary, and others. Yeah, the same law firm did that lawsuit. So Binance is in trouble. They're going to be fine. They're going to get through all of this. They'll work something out. I think. I think it'll be fine. But yeah, Binance does have over 70% of the trading volume on the crypto market, and that's a big percentage. A lot of people talking about CZ and others in Binance like trading against themselves on platforms, which CZ, of course, flatly denies. So who knows what's going to happen with all of that? The other thing I'm looking at is really interesting is what's going to happen with Ethereum this month. And this is an analyst that's saying that Ethereum might be setting up for a short squeeze. And I'm kind of believing that. in the middle of April, with the Shanghai upgrade, there is going to be this unlocking of staked ETH. It's not all going to happen at once, but they're going to phase it out in a number of weeks, I guess, from what I'm reading. But there's a lot of people who believe that all of this unstaked ETH that has been locked up for 6 to 9 months, that people are just going to be selling, and it's going to crash the price, which is the perfect time for a lot of traders to short Ethereum, because they think that the price is going to go down when ETH unlocks, the staked ETH unlocks. So they're going to be shorting Ethereum to go down. But I don't think it's going to play out that way. I'm more of the contrarian here, who thinks that ETH is actually going to spike in price, and there is going to be a buying run on ETH that's also going to be a short squeeze to squeeze out these shorts. And not only that, but there are already a number of other short positions that have already been put in for this purpose. And according to this graph here, the short liquidations come up to a price of about 2030, which is the August 2022 high at 2030. So anything up to 2000, if ETH goes on a run from 1800 to 2000, it's going to squeeze out all of these big short positions that are opened up. And I think that has a real good chance of happening. So I'm looking at the ETH chart and I'm saying, okay, ETH has just dipped back below 1800. This should be 1800. I don't know why that doesn't say that. Let me get my line right here. 1800. I was originally looking at a buy-in price of 1600, but ETH just hasn't, even on the dips, just hasn't dropped down there. It's touched 1700 right here. So that may be a target buy-in price right there. If I see ETH drop down close to 1700, I'm probably going to be buying some ETH and looking at a target price of 2000. And that might be a worthwhile trade. I'm thinking of trying that, because I think there's way too many people who are thinking that the ETH price is going to go down because of the unlocking of staked ETH tokens. And what typically we see in crypto is, if people think something is certainly going to happen, then it's most certainly not. It typically trades the other way. So that's one that I'm looking at. Of course, this goes against my thoughts about Bitcoin for the month of April, not having a green month for the month of April, because I think that Bitcoin's big run here is topping out right here below 29,000. And I don't see a run up to 30, 31, 32,000 happening in April. But then this is me just looking at the charts, and this is what I'm seeing with the news and the charts. That's what I look at. And I just don't see it. So but yeah, Bill, you're right. At some point in time, ETH is going to be trading over 2000 anyway, right? But this is a short-term trade that I'm looking at, doing. So we'll see if we get a dip in ETH's price, and I pick up some ETH and I do a swing trade on ETH here, or it's not really a swing trade. I'm buying and looking for a short-term profit on it is what I'm looking at. So we'll see how that plays out. But otherwise, on dips, I was wanting to pick up some more stacks, but stacks started going on a run here tonight. Actually, we were seeing this big run, but it looks like it's trading right back down real quick. So looking at some stacks. And not financial advice, Bill. Remember that. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. Not financial advice. But I've just seen it so many times that people are just so certain that something's going to happen and the opposite happens. So why not? But if you don't trade it, right, and it goes up, then you're hitting yourself. God, I should have done that. I thought that was what I was going to do. But if you actually buy in and do it, you're in the game. That makes it more interesting. Okay, you've put it in writing, Bill. I got it. Yeah, so I'm still looking to pick up some more stacks. And this is a long-term hold on stacks, but I'm down on the stacks that I've bought so far because I bought it right around here at about 90, little over 90 cents. And right now it's at 89 cents. And so if we see another further dip a little lower, I want to get in a little more into some stacks here. Is another one I'm looking at. And Fetch AI, I don't know whether the AI play is really gonna play out or not. I bought here at 35.60. Could pick up some more on a further dip, but right now again I'm in the middle of this swing trade on SHIB. So yeah, SHIB's coming down a little bit more. So come on down. Come down to the yellow line there, and I'll be back into my SHIB position. So we'll be watching that this week, see what happens. And then just going along for the ride with Doge, seeing whether Doge can stay above 7.6 cents and stay in this zone here would be good. Bitcoin just dropped below 28,000 here. Let me zoom in here back to a 15-minute chart. Yeah, we're just touching back below 28,000 for Bitcoin tonight. So, Bitcoin has been trading up and down, kind of each one of these is just a little bit lower. These lower highs, sort of stair-stepping down. So that's a little bearish right now with Bitcoin. It's very short term looking at here. Very short term. But right now, that's the trend, this is trending down. So good time to be looking to DCA. Hey, Sergio. For all your charts, since I've been watching your videos, I've gained 20% of my Doge position. Good for you. Good for you. I gained on my big Doge swing trade. I think I picked up an extra 300,000 Doge or something through that swing trade. So that was a good one. And so on SHIB, with this swing trade on SHIB, I'll be picking up extra SHIB, or I'll just rebuy the same amount and then use the other cash off that swing trade for something else. We'll see. But I'm trading it. I'm doing a little trading here. So that's what we've got tonight, guys. We'll be watching Bitcoin 28,000. See if it drops below and stays below. Again, support at 26.6. If Bitcoin goes on a dip, that's what we'll be looking at for strong support. Doge short-term support is at 7.6. So we'll be watching that. If Doge does fall below that, the next line is not that anymore. It is at about 720. I don't want to see Doge at 720, but that would be about the next support line right there. Would be 720 that we'd be seeing for Doge. So we'll be watching that this week again. I'll be here 9 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll be seeing how things are going. catch you up on the latest news that I see going on. As always, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Certainly appreciate that support, and we'll just keep watching this as we go on. Interesting times right now with all the banks and inflation, coming recession, CBDCs, like all this stuff is in the news. But crypto is crypto, and it'll just keep trading like it's trading. So right now we'll be watching that, and hope you all have a good evening, and we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.